Okay, thank you very much for your question. Indeed, the future of the green economy really depends on a lot of factors. And I'm very happy to be here in Morocco, because Morocco has been one of the countries in Africa which has spearheaded movement towards transition. I was here exactly approximately 10 years ago for the COP in Marrakesh in 2016, and already there I was sitting with some of your ministers, I was sitting with your royal family, and I remember that we really looked into the vision. And this vision, I think I can see now in Morocco 10 years later. Morocco has indeed implemented green transition economies, has implemented several new projects, is also looking into new ways of transport, which is a very important sector in a country which is also so vast. So I think that 10 years after the COP16, which the COP in Morocco, in Marrakesh, definitely was a milestone in the implementation of the Paris Agreement. Morocco is again and still leading the way in green economies. Yes, indeed, the United Nations are heavily involved in Morocco. This morning at the forum, we heard the resident coordinator giving a lot of examples of already many partnerships that are happening between the United Nations, which is taking a coordination role in many activities. Myself, representing the Climate Change Secretariat, I can only say that negotiations are still very important. The negotiation towards making possible that what has been decided at, for example, at our conferences can become reality, what we call nowadays climate action. So the United Nations is here, is in Morocco, but not only is the office in Morocco, but the office, for example, I'm based in Germany, in Bonn, but our office in New York, we have a big climate change team, are of course essential. Communication among us is indeed essential. So partnership should only be on the ground, but we need your help to shape the future of the negotiations at the COP. We have a very important COP coming, COP30, which is focused on something called NDC, National Determining Contribution. Is what each country should do to ensure that we stay towards the 1.5 degree trajectory in terms of environment. So we are here. So we are not here in Morocco. As I said, the resident coordinator very well expressed what the United Nations can do. But please reach out also to us at the United Nations everywhere, so that we can give you guidance on what are the institutional elements, the regulatory framework, the policies that are needed for moving ahead towards the implementation of the Paris Agreement. Yes, thank you so much again for very important questions. This is the most complex of the questions, because indeed vulnerability in many communities is indeed still a big issue. Not only in Morocco, actually in Morocco I think we are moving ahead and very fast towards a very good solution, to resilient solution. But still, of course, all over the world there are many issues that need to be resolved. I think it is a question also of infrastructures. We heard here at the regional forum a lot about new ideas in terms, for example, of transportation, green transportation. We heard a lot about electricity, green renewable energies and so on. But all this doesn't work if we don't help, and here again, the United Nations could play a coordinating role. If, for example, there are not the right infrastructure, it's very good to have 100 green buses, electric buses, but of course, sometimes the main problem, there are no sufficient road infrastructure. Or at the same time, we can have a lot of renewable energy, but if the grid is very old, it's not been updated, there is a lot of waste of energy. And similarly, for water, which is, of course, one of the important elements also in Morocco, in particular in certain areas. So we need to have a proper pipeline, proper transportation of water. So that's why I think it's very much an holistic effort. And I repeat, the United Nations are there, not only, of course, to provide direct advice, but also to create a situation like this conference today, where we can share our opinion, everybody can share their experience and make progress. For example, we heard a lot from the Dubai DIWA, the Energy and Water Association, the incredible efforts they're doing. And I think it's not just a case of sharing, but also to create those partnership or create those collaboration to actually bring their experience, concrete action on the ground. Because indeed, climate change is getting worse. We see we are very far from the 1.5 degrees trajectory. So, and who pays more are the vulnerable communities. So that's where we need to increase our ambition and the pace in delivering climate change solutions.
وما تنسوش تابوناو معنا فلاشين وتتابعونا على مواقع التواصل الاجتماعي.